Hit that subscribe button. I'm Jamar Rashawn, former Division I defensive back that likes to break down film. I always introduce myself because I never want to assume you guys know who I am. Today's featured athlete is cornerback Bradley Roby, out of way of the Ohio State University. He finished the season with 35 solos, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, 17 passes defended, 1 interception. And guess what, guys? He is sliding into the number 2 cornerback with Tallied gone to the Los Angeles Rams. Let's check out the film. He's a solid player. But hey, enough of me talking. I want you guys to judge. Trey tight stack. Roby is man-to-man against Allen. Allen is going to do a delayed skinny post. He bends it out to eat up his cushion. Roby does a good job. He kind of got away with PI, but he does a good job of cutting him off and undercutting to get the interception. Empty set press man-to-man. The route is a smash concept, so just a pile-on route. Roby didn't do a good job with his eye placement. He gets off balance right there, but he does a good job of finishing and fighting through his hands. Right here on the back view, you guys can see he gets his right hand in there to get the PBU. Off man-to-man cover 0 against Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant is going to run a corner route. Roby is doing an inch technique and looking back at the QB the whole way. He's not even paying any attention to Dez because he knew this was coming. Here's the back view. You guys can really see Roby is just all over that. 11 personnel. Zay Jones is going to run a slant man-to-man. Roby does a good job of inching and backpedaling, but right here he almost gets in trouble becoming a hugger instead of a stabber, but he does just enough to throw off the timing. Trips open, man-to-man versus Cooks, the tight end. Cooks is going to run a slant. Roby's playing a 3-yard cushion man-to-man to give you a little bit of room to read the route better, and he reads the hips through the route through the quarterback for the PBU. Trey tight open man-to-man versus King. King is going to try to do a 5-yard in or a drag. Roby is very smart because King tried to push off, so when wide receivers push off, you pull to gain that momentum to give you a little bit of speed to get to where you want to be. Right here, he's just all over that. Trey open, cover 3. Allen is going to run a 15-yard dig in the weakness in the cover 3, which is between the bottom of the numbers and the hash. Roby is reading Phillip Rivers' 5-step drops, and as you guys can see, he breaks on it almost perfect. The back view, you guys can see he is just plastering him. Trips tight open. The Broncos have a combo coverage. Roby is pretty much man-to-man on Allen. Allen is running a 15-yard dig. Roby does a good job of being patient in his back pedal and breaking perfectly on the dig route. Empty set slant fade combination. Roby is man-to-man. He does a good job of climbing over top of the natural pick route to get his left hand in there to get the PBU on Jeffries. Empty set, the ball has to come out quick. Inverted 2-man under. He's inside leverage of Cooks. Cooks is going to run a 5-yard out. So Roby just does a good job of stabbing, stand on his inside hip. And now when the wide receiver turn his head, you turn the head. And good job for the incompletion. 10 personnel route is a back shoulder stop route. Roby does a good job with his feet and hand placement. He's going to place his left hand on the top shoulder. Boom, right there. And now he's just playing the back shoulder throw for the PBU. I almost had to pick. Trey open, inverted 2-man under. The route is a 15-yard dig by Patterson. Roby is playing through the quarterback, so he's seeing everything. He does a good job of getting both hands on Patterson and squeezing the route. Now he just undercuts it and makes a play. I'm sure he watched film, so he could kind of get away with cheating it right there. Tight 12 personnel, cover 1 outside of leverage, man-to-man. It's a 15-yard stop route. The play action sucks up the linebackers because this is just a 2-man route, and Roby just does a good job of not overrunning it and staying hip to hip. This play was strictly made by my guy Roby. Roby does a good job of just using the Peanut Tillman punch technique right here. You guys will see he's just going to make that thing squirt up out of there, and he recovered the forced fumble. Trips open man-to-man in the slot. He's going to do a poor job with his eye placement because he tried to cheat it, and he's going to hop inside, but it's just a corner route, so now he just does a good job of using the trail technique to play through the wide receiver hands and eyes. Trey open man-to-man against Devontae Parker. Parker runs a 9 route. Roby is 7 yards off inside leverage. He does a good job of stabbing him at the top of the route right here. Boop, stabbing him. Now he's gaining control, and instead of looking back for the ball, he jumped inside of Parker's chest plate right here and played through his hands. Trey open, cover 1. Roby is playing the role player in the cover 1. Cursor's going to run a slant, so he's going to roll down just flat-footed, see the ball thrown. Now he's just reacting. The back view, you guys can see he came in, got that right hand in there. Trey open man-to-man, cover one with the robber in the middle. His guy does a shallow. He's trailing. Now he sees the free safety. The robber player pick it up. Now he's just a free player, and he comes in for the shoestring sack. Bunch tight, cover two. He has anything that threatens his zone. In this case, Dotson is going to run a inverted stop route, and Roby just does a good job of getting his left hand in there at the perfect time, sliding into the number 2 cornerback position, which Roby pretty much have already been playing for the most part, but it's different when Tallied is not there, and all eyes are on you. But Roby is a baller. He'll be fine. Trust me. Get at me on Twitter. Let's get that Twitter gang popping. TTG Film Room. Get at me on Snapchat. TTG For Real. Get at me on Instagram. TTG For Real. If you need work done, email me. ttgproductions@yahoo.com. And if you like my dope ass content, just hit that subscribe button. Peace and blessings.